Welcome, my people. Another YouTube video. You guys are going to see today how you can close someone in real time. All right. I have been through every sales program that exists on the planet. I know all the tricks. I know all the bullshit. I know the reality. I want you to pay special attention because there's only one proper way of collecting pain. Okay, there's only one proper way of pushing a prospect towards action that doesn't feel pushy, that doesn't feel salesy, that actually feels like you are helping them. Okay, it's important that you understand that prospects are filled with fear, all right, and that they're filled with pain, and that if you're not able to bottle up those emotions, you're not going to make them take any decision. When you're facing a prospect who's very logical and closed off, the only thing that you're going to get is an need to think about it, because that is the way they're thinking. They want to keep thinking, they want to keep analyzing every single point. Every decision in sales comes from an impulse, comes from, okay, I got to make this happen because I'm feeling this emotion, I'm feeling this urgency, or whatever. So the whole point is that how can you elicitate that in them? How can you evoke that in them so strong that they have to take action? I'm showing you that in this video right now. So take out your pens, write down some notes, because you're really gonna like this one. I'll let you enjoy the video and I'll see you in it. Talk to us, What can we help you with today?
All right. So I have a call I want to review.
Okay.
I feel like
You feel
I've
like,
definitely, I've definitely taken a good step in the right direction, but there's still something that I think is just missing in terms of my skill. And I don't know necessarily what it is.
how do you
So
know it's missing?
that's kind of what I want to identify. Would you ask?
How do you know it's missing then?
Because the calls, I mean, I get into pain, which we're gonna see, but I never get to that point where it's just where the prospect is just I need to change this right now. So this call I'm
Mhm.
gonna show you, we get into pain, but then he's also like, yeah, I don't know if it's the right time for me, and he just starts saying a bunch of different stuff basically about why he doesn't want to do it now.
All right.
But I apologize for the tardiness here. For some reason or another, I was talking to my wife just a little while ago, and I thought 10:45.
Okay,
I
I
had,
see.
I had 10:45 on the brain, and I was like, wait a second. And then my little alert clicked up. I was like, wait, oh no. So, like I said, I do apologize.
Okay, yeah, it's all right. It happens.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
That would be a bit more, it's a nice guy. He feels embarrassed about it. So the best way of handling this, if you want to be nice and also manipulate them a little bit, just a little bit, is you saying something like, yeah, no need to be embarrassed. And I was like, ah, shit. It's like, I'm embarrassed. This puts them into a vulnerable situation, which works in your favor. Yeah. But not
Hmm.
like, don't try to overdo it like manipulative. It's more like, yeah, no, don't worry, don't be embarrassed. I mean, this happens all the time. Happened to me not so long ago. It's all good, Joey. I appreciate you telling me this. That makes you look good. That makes him feel like, yeah, okay, fuck up. So why is this relevant and how does this help you? He fucked up with you, right? Therefore, he's gonna do an extra effort to help you.
Hmm.
That means he's gonna answer your questions better, not being a dickhead. Yeah. So that's the logic behind why this could be helpful. So yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, like 20 seconds into the video, we're already dropping a banger. Good shit.
I am calling from Tampa, Florida.
Okay, nice. It's beautiful
Yeah.
over there right now, isn't it?
It is hot and dry.
Yeah.
We've had a very, very long drought season.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right.
But now,
All
are
right.
you in California with Dave?
No, I'm actually in New York.
Oh, really? What part?
Yeah. I'm in Long Island.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
I was working up in Long Island, out in Hicksville,
Oh, really? Okay.
and
I'm
that
around Kakuma, if you know. It's a little more east.
a little bit more east.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, going out a little
This is not needed, but not bad either, because it's like, back and forward. He's also asking. That's fine. Not a problem.
Yeah.
further. Okay,
Yeah. All right, nice.
very
But
cool.
all right, Jody, we could just jump into it if you're ready to go. All
I'm ready.
right.
Yes.
Cool. So to quickly lay out for this call, I'm gonna ask you some questions.
What should we be calling out right now?
The phone. I always
Yeah.
forget that.
Like you should be calling it out because people don't. One of my rules, I guess, for success that one day I'm going to drop the book is to anticipate the idiot. Yes, it's about
Hmm.
basically how can you think for the other person and you're gonna anticipate the mistake. Yeah,
Hmm.
this is not tiring right now. It isn't, but after 5 minutes, it gets to be like, bruh. And now that you have them prospect doing this, it's just put them somewhere and just leave it there. You want
Hmm.
them to be focused, not yeah.
Just get to
Okay.
really, understand your situation, everything you have going on, see if we can help you. If I really believe that we can help and that you can be successful working with us, then I'll tell you, and I'll tell you all about the program, what we do, and run through those details. And then at that point, you could also ask me any questions as well. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
I like the covert did that you did subconsciously, which is I'll explain to you, and if I believe that you are gonna be successful, like you pointed at him as a successful, very well done. Nice.
That's it.
All right.
Let's
And
do
just
it.
so you know, too, I'm very direct. So I'll just ask direct questions. Just be as open, transparent as possible so I can
Oh
get a
yeah,
good understanding and really make sure I can help.
certainly. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So I'll let you start off. Start by telling me what's the main reason you want to scale your business right now?
Right now, I want to scale the business because this is would be my basically main income.
Hmm.
I've been doing it part time for a year now. It's right at a year.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've been frustrated with it, but I think that's part of everything in life. You're gonna have the ups and the downs.
He doesn't believe that.
That he's frustrated
Since,
with it or
no,
that
no,
it's just
since
part of life?
since you like this type of stuff, I'll explain it. When you ask him about Tampa, yeah,
Hmm.
he looked right. Yeah, it's dry and in this heat and dry, like thinking. Then you ask him about something else. I don't fucking know. When you're talking, he look right again, right? That's his normal baseline. Then you ask.
Hmm.
Then when he says, I'll put it so you see again that it's just a normal thing. It's like, yeah, it's just like it is, something like that. He looks left, like he doesn't believe that. Now you can see. Look,
By tell me what's the main reason you want to scale your business right now?
even as he thinks, look how he looks right. And then when he says like, yeah, but it's just how it is, something like that, he looks left, like he doesn't want to believe that or he disagrees with it. Look.
Right now, I want to scale the business because this is would be my basically main income.
Hmm.
I've been doing it part time for a year now. It's right at a year.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I've enjoyed it.
You see? Right up, right up. That's the normal. Now
Hmm.
look.
I've been frustrated with it, but I think that's part of everything in life. You're gonna have
You see? I think that's part of like no, he doesn't believe that.
Yeah.
You see? It's like small things, kind of autistic, but small things that tells you, okay, what would I say? And this is how you can realize how powerful this is. I would say, do you really believe that's part of life? He's like, nah, man. I don't want that to happen. And you just get so quickly into the matter, like so
Hmm.
stupidly quickly. Just because you saw where the eyes moved, you know?
Okay. Would question on that. Would you
Um,
first go into like the frustrated? Because he's like, oh, it's frustrating. So first ask, clarify that, and then say you really believe that being frustrated for XYZ reason is just part of life.
You can combine both like you did. So basically what I would say is like, okay, so you wanted to scale and you have been feeling frustrated lately. And you told me that's kind of like part of but I bet that you don't like that. Or I bet you don't believe that fully.
Mhm.
And that's how I'm doing the recap. I'm calling out the frustration and I'm targeting the fact that I'm seeing something there. Yeah?
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Good shit.
the ups and the downs. Um, but I know that the potential is there, to grow it. I've seen, not many success stories, but select like David's, that where it shows where, if you put focus, strategies, processes into place, and if you have the ability to, get your cost down for your
Hmm.
inventory, then you can really compete and move forward. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, that's my focus. I'm not happy in the job in the industry that I've been in for a while.
Hmm.
So I'm looking to transition out, and this is something that I've really enjoyed, doing in the past year. Like I said, it presents its challenges because it's been a full, it's been a
Another thing, because I want you to become good at this, all right? Did you already got the pronouns?
Yeah, I learned it. No, I don't know it for this guy.
Okay, so you had a full call with this guy. I want you to know because It's so easy. You only need seconds. You only need seconds to understand the pronouns. And then that's it. You can forget about it. You don't even have to keep thinking about this. It's like only get it once and now you know. Do I speak to him personally? Like, for example, this is eBay. So if I know the pronouns as I, as team, it's like we, the community, or as other people, I know how am I supposed to pitch my offer. If I know the guy is a self-oriented, I'm going to pitch, well, with eBay, you're going to make a lot of money. With a team, when I'm going to say, well, you and your company, you're going to be able to all scale and, do that vacation that you want with the team and stuff. And the third one, I will say, yeah, you're not going to be like the other companies. Yours is actually going to increase a lot. You're not going to be seeing the numbers that other companies see that are negative or they're difficult. So not that's how you know how you pitch. So I just want you to listen to the last probably 15, 20 seconds so that you know how easy it is. Right? So let's go back. I don't know, like, like here. Just listen. 20 seconds. You should already got the pronoun. See how easy it is.
And you can really compete and move forward. So, but yeah, that's my focus. I'm not happy in the job in the industry that I've been in for a while. So I'm looking to transition out, and this is something that I've really enjoyed, doing in the past year. Like I said, it presents its challenges because it's been it's been a part-time.
What's the pronoun?
I.
Exactly. You see how easy it is? Now you know. The pronoun of this guy is I. So I know that everything I say has to be self-oriented. So he's going to be making money. Very simple.
Question on that.
Tell me. Hey, put your fucking phone down. Focus. If you cannot even watch one video with full concentration, how do you expect to be successful in life? Focus. Now, since I have you here, you could work one-on-one with me. I don't have a mentorship, I have a brotherhood. I have people who are working almost 700 hours in a row. I have people who had no knowledge in sales and now are making more than 5 figures in just a few months. I will not teach you stupid linguistics like say the stupid word track. I will not teach you useless tonalities that make you look like a clown. I will not teach you to be a pushover in sales who tries to force stuff. Quite the opposite. I'm going to teach you psychology, the real psychology, so that you can know exactly what to do to make people do whatever the fuck you want. You don't get just group coaching calls. You get one-on-ones with me where you can become a beast, where I can help you with anything you need. I can be your mentor. More than 300 hours of fucking content so that you know exactly what to do in every area. Join the brotherhood. Join the hunters and become the best version of yourself. Get the life you always fucking wanted, or do nothing and let my hunters take everything from you. If you want to join, you can see the link down below. That being said, let's continue with the video.
I feel like in any conversation, there are going to be times where people say I.
Yes.
How can you know that that's the dominant one compared to, especially with the question, because it's like, what makes you want to scale? It's like, oh, I want to scale because. So how do you make sure that that's the right pronoun for that person?
Yeah, because it's something subconscious. It's not even about the question you ask. Even if you hardcore tailor it, like, why do you want to do this? The pronoun is just gonna come up, and it doesn't change. It's like, oh, out of nowhere, I'm just gonna worry about it, speak like this. When someone, if this same guy was talking about the company, he would, and if he's focused on the team, he would immediately said, well, I want to scale because I want to make more money. And he will tell you that he's working with his sister or with someone else. He would just bring it up because to him is that important for it. Yes. It's just how he would see it. He would just bring up that even if he says you can even catch someone talking about a team by saying I. But when he's saying I, he says, yeah, I mean, I like to do this stuff with my team. I like to do this stuff when we're all can get around. It's like he's still gonna immerse himself into the group. Yes. He's not doing it. He's just talking about himself. It's not about he said I and that's it. It's like he said I, but he keeps talking about only himself. He didn't involve anyone else because in this happens in every single thing. When I can give you the fitness one so that we can even go outside the eBay. If they're talking about, yes, the way I see myself in the mirror, how I feel, I. If the other one says, well, yeah, I mean, I like going outside and it is, I like people to see me and be fit, you know, I'd say no. Or I like
Mhm.
going and be with my friends and feeling like I'm the one who's more jacked with amongst all of them. I like going to my gym and feeling better because like I want to be stronger than the other guys. Or now So it's like they can
Okay.
still say I, but you see the emphasis. Is the emphasis in them? Is the emphasis in external things or the group that's surrounding them? That
Hmm.
clarifies it?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like they would just answer the question differently based on their pronoun.
Yeah. And in the case that it's very difficult, but they could be influenced by something in particular. That they, for example, just this section they talk about I, but then you start seeing how the whole conversation just goes into team. It's like, okay, well, they just for some reason talked more about I, which is interesting, but they're more team oriented. So that's
Hmm.
it. But that's very unlikely. More than always, it's like they showcase it to you, like up front.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Also, for someone like this, where it's an I, do you think does that affect how how they would come up with an objection? For example, someone like this
Hmm.
is less likely to have a wife objection, or if he does, it's less likely to be, or it's more likely to be not the true objection because he's an I person.
The thing is that objections are usually a smokescreen of fear, or I don't have the money, or I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Very unlikely. It's like I genuinely need to talk to my wife. So I wouldn't say that. I would say it's the way that they handle it will be different. So if I have someone who is in the I and they all give me the wife objection, in the I would say, so this is your dream and she's deciding for you.
Hmm.
In the team one is, so I know you're doing this for her. What is she gonna think if you don't want to do this? Because you're second guessing for her. Like, isn't she the reason you're doing this?
Hmm.
Right? And for an external, if it's about the wife, I would say, okay, so an external opinion to yours is making a decision. And you told me you were concerned about how the company's gonna look and be. How do you think that puts the company not making a decision? So now he's thinking about other people seeing the company
Hmm.
because it's what matters the most to him. It's about how I would handle the objection, not so much about the objection.
Yeah. Yeah. So that makes sense. My question is more for like he's less likely to have a genuine wife objection because he's an I person. Like does that affect that because he cares more about himself? So if he said, "Oh, I have
Maybe.
to talk to my wife," it's like I know it's more than likely uh, a fake objection, whereas someone who's like a we person might be more likely to actually have a true wife objection.
I would say yes, maybe. It's just that with objections, I like to take every objection with a big grain of salt every time I
Hmm.
receive one. That's why I'm hesitant to fully believe it because logically, yes, it makes sense. Like obviously, they're more concerned about a group view than an inner self view. Yes, but
Hmm.
most of objections I ever received were just bullshit. Anyways, they were just
Yeah.
afraid of putting the money right. So if I just label them as okay, this is the wife, and I start profiling the wife objection, now I'm believing the wife objection. And it's like I don't want to believe their objection because they just show up to the call because they want to change it. That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let's keep going.
Piece as well. So
Hmm. Okay. So your goal right now to make this your main income after doing it part time for the past year, you've seen the potential and you're not happy with what you're doing now at work.
correct.
Okay. What do you do for work now?
I am. I work as a third party.
Way better to say, well, I mean, it's fine. I really like how's the job going? And they would say, yeah, it's doing well. I mean, I do this, and they just start yapping, you know.
Hmm.
Or, but it's fine, it's fine.
Reviewer for
Nitpicking.
mortgage backed securities. So basically, I do non-QM business purpose loans when they sell off to the secondary market to Fannie, Freddie, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase.
Okay.
My answer to this, and this is just like, I don't know, perception. Honestly, Jody, you sound bored when you're even describing it. That's elicitation, 100%. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just said, dude, you just sound bored when you're describing it. It's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
It's a
know,
leap elicitation.
yeah. But again, he sounds bored when he's describing it. It's just making a genuine observation with it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm just going to go faster with that.
So I don't know
So
anything about that like
yeah,
industry.
yeah, yeah. So
So
it's basically, I mean, they bring, they close up a mortgage. I make sure that everything is within credit and compliance.
okay.
If not, then I condition them to correct it. If not, then I let the investor know, and then we do pricing corrections on how they're going to purchase a loan, if they choose to purchase a loan at that time as well.
Okay.
It seems like boring as fuck.
Yeah.
You're not going to make a mistake with that one either.
So what do you do then on, I guess, like a day to day? What does that look like?
You see, this route versus, bro, you sound bored. It's like, yeah, I mean, I have to do this and this, and it's so exhausting. So
Mm-hmm.
much more personal just with the elicitation. I'm not even asking a question yet. Like, I haven't asked a question so far. And the conversation would have got into the same pace. He will actually feel more like a conversation. So this is, for example, something that you can do to improve, right? Like a fuck ton more.
I'm usually up. I get up, have some coffee, walk the dogs. Then I get started with work. Just depends. Sometimes if I have a couple of orders that come in through eBay, then I will get those together. Then my wife takes those to the post office for me in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and drops them off, get some scan dropped off. Then I'm at it with this job, and it's a very demanding job. So that's
Demanding.
yeah, yeah. As far as metrics is what they want.
Good, good. I would have done the same that you did, but I would have said, your wife takes that. So it would imply that he doesn't have the time to do the eBay, and the wife has to help him. He cannot even
Mm-hmm.
pursue his dream. I'm getting into
Mm-hmm.
that sauce at 4 minutes. Yeah,
That's crazy. Because that's ultimately the objection. He's like, it's not a good time for me to do this because I have like no time.
there we go. There we go.
Done, completed. And you're dealing with various different investors, so there's a high demand of, for time and to get stuff done like yesterday. So
Okay. Oh, so you worked yesterday too?
no, no, actually yesterday I didn't work. So
Oh,
yeah, yesterday was we actually went over to Largo near Clearwater. A buddy of mine just opened up a new donut shop over there, and so we went to his grand opening. I think it's like
okay.
a six store.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah,
All right.
so
So your job, you say, is very demanding. You're doing,
yeah,
I guess, a lot of work.
yeah.
What
Sometimes I'm
makes you,
doing 10, 11 hour days. Sometimes.
okay. How
So
often?
You see how it would have been a perfect elicitation. Your job is very demanding. You're doing a lot of work, and he just jumped at it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even have to ask anything. So yeah, but it's a perfect point to see that this part of the call started well. Now it kind of sunk a little bit. If you had done that, for example, that I did with that elicitation with the wife, it's like boom, immediately we're just going Godspeed right now. But
Mm-hmm.
this is not bad, anyways. By the way, this is not bad.
Yeah, it's just slow.
5 days a week.
Mhm.
Okay. But you're doing 10 to 11 hour days, 5 days a week, or is that just like,
It goes in spurts.
okay.
It just depends. Generally, the end of the month is the push, to get loans through, to get the last pieces in so they can do the monthly reports.
Mm.
So that last week,
So what would be the elicitation to say now?
Okay. So it's in spurts. So most of the time you're just working regular 8 hours.
That's a question. You have to make a push. That's a
Oh,
question version. Okay. Like, cutting it out with the elicitation is stopping him when he said that. Is like, what do you mean push? Or push? Just that, just push.
hmm.
Because he says at the end of the month, he has to do a push. What does that mean? That something that every person with a 9 to 5 does because they have to complete the fucking uh, things that they have to comply with, and they hate it, and this is demanding. It takes them a lot of time. You even told me that it ends up being the objection, so it fits perfectly as well. That would
Hmm.
have been I would stop with the push. You have to do a push at the end of the month. Yeah, because I have to work so much more, and then it's like, if you have to work so much more, how are you gonna have time for eBay? And there you have it. Now you wiped that objection very early on.
Hmm.
Oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, that would still be the objection though. Like he'd be like, "Oh, well, I don't have time."
No, but exactly. Like you have to call it out here. You have to eliminate here.
Oh, yeah. You're
So
saying
that's
handle it now.
exactly. Right now, it doesn't come up, but it's coming out in subtle ways. You know,
Hmm.
what is the subtle way? My wife has to take this and do this for me. I have to work, long hours. It's a demanding job. I have to do a push at the end of the month because I don't have time to do everything. It's like you see how subtle it is, but he's showcasing you. Hey, here's my objection.
Yeah.
To 2 weeks as it is, and then other times it's 8 to 10 hour days.
Okay. So, wow. So how many hours typically do you work on a weekly basis? Like 50?
Yeah, 50 because I do you got to add my eBay in there too. Then yeah, it's 50, 55
Yeah.
plus.
Well, right now just the job because you said
Just
like
yeah,
eight, basically 8 to 11 hours. Half the time it's 8 to 10, the other half it's 10 to 11.
yeah.
Okay. Is that
So
why you're not
that's
happy
what
with
I
it?
want to get away from. I want to get away from that.
Yeah. What is it? Just the long hours that you don't like about it?
The long hours, just like I said, the demands of it too. It's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling for me to sit here in front of a computer. Uh,
Boring. You see? If you have done that, just me with that elicitation would have got so far by this point. This is
Hmm.
why it's like just pay attention and boom, elicitate the motherfucker. You go so quickly.
for that length of time,
Hmm.
um, and to have to send in a message 2 or 3 days ahead just to ask for a day off.
Mm.
So back in that little, like I said, I'm looking a little bit more freedom,
Hmm.
more so
Okay.
as well.
But you could get diabolical by literally saying, "How old are you?" At 50. Okay. How's that different from school when you have to ask for permission to go to the bathroom? You have to ask for permission 3 days to take a day off or something. It's like you want to get diabolical, you can do it very quickly. And
Yeah.
he would just tell you, yeah, that's why I want to leave. Like, this is not fulfilling. I cannot do this. It's like, you know. So
Hmm.
it's an easy way of putting him against that thing because like I don't what do you want me to tell you? This guy tells me I don't have time. It's like, well, sure, I know you have to ask for permission in your job, right? That's how I'm handling that one. It's like the stuff like that really hurts people, and if you do it correctly at the right time, that is a pain that they're gonna have towards their life, not towards you for saying it.
Hmm.
And so it's ridiculously powerful, ridiculous. So
Yeah. That's what I need to learn how to do.
or not,
Bleeping elicitation.
yeah, or not.
And
I
then
mean,
also just
you could just leave the mentorship.
no, see, I think that's the thing that I was saying where it's like I know there's something that I'm missing to just make it so much more powerful. It's kind of what you're describing.
Yeah. So in this case, is if you would have paid more attention and got the things that I'm getting, yeah. Now you could have done it the same with questions. It would have been slower, but you could have done it as well with questions. It's not like questions are not helpful. Everything is elicitation. But if you actually paid it, the thing that was failing here was not how to master elicitation. The thing that was failing here is that you didn't caught the things that I am getting.
Hmm.
Like I called it from the first fucking moment. You're bored. And then I call about the wife thing. All right. And
Hmm.
I'm showing you that he gave four different indicators of I don't have time. So these are stuff that you're supposed to fix right now. Because if you can fix
Hmm.
them right now, like at the end that they don't have weight. Because imagine you're talking with him and you say you don't have time. He's like, yeah, I don't have time. It's like, right, well, what are you gonna do? You're working all day anyways. Do you see that stopping? No. So what are you gonna do?
Hmm.
How are you gonna break off this cycle? And he's gonna tell you. And it's the only way that you're gonna overcome that objection, but not at the end, for
Yeah.
sure. Not.
Yeah. It was weird because it was before I pitched and everything when I basically was kind of saying that, kind of giving him like the way out, where it's like, all right, well, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do this? And he's like, oh, I think I need a couple more months to just do it alone, and then I'm just gonna quit my job and do all eBay. And I was like, you want to wait? Like, you want to quit your job first? He's like, yeah, I think it would be better. And then I was like, okay. And then that's basically how it ended.
It- the thing is that at that point in the call, it it might be acceptable in his mind because there's a price now. He has to pay. He has to do this, right? But
Hmm.
right as early as we are, he's not thinking about that. He's thinking
Hmm.
about I hate my life.
Yeah. So
Yep,
just handle the objection, see the objections early and
yes,
handle them early.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. The earlier you can see the objection and the earlier you can handle it, the easier it will be at the end. Always.
Hmm.
But do you see now how clear it is that he doesn't have time with the four things he said?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's easy. You just have to be like, hmm. Because one thing is not enough. He could just said it, but four things is like, okay, clearly there's a demanding time right now. Also, when someone tells you they work so much, it's an obvious objection. It's an obvious
Hmm.
objection. So you always have to be calling that out. It's a pre-handle 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you say this job isn't fulfilling?
I just don't really. I mean, I guess maybe I've been at it so long. Maybe it's a crash and burn. Maybe I've hit the wall, so to speak. But I just don't. Uh, I don't enjoy it as much.
Hmm.
And like I said, I've enjoyed the eBay portion.
Hmm.
Growing with that and interacting with some of the customers.
Hmm.
And so it's
Hmm.
been better. Yeah, it's been a lot
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
Because I get more interaction, and then I'm not at the computer all the time. You know,
Mm.
I'm taking pictures and doing some listings and stuff, but
Mhm.
I try to streamline that as well too.
Yeah. So you don't like being at the computer for 10 hours a day, every day, 5 days a week.
No, no, I feel like I'm just getting driven into the ground. It feels very draining.
How long have you felt that it's been draining?
Oh, let's see.
Good.
Well, I started with this company back in at the end of January, and then things were kind of eased into, but probably now for about 2.5 months or so. It's
Okay.
been yeah, and it's been stressful. I mean, I have trouble sleeping sometimes, and I've woken up in a panic thinking that I've missed something with work, and just I'm like, I can't keep doing this. This is not. And my wife said it too. You can't keep doing this.
Why is this job so stressful that you're waking up in the middle of the night?
Good question too. He's fucked with this.
Hmm.
Like with this, he told me this, he's fucked. You want to go think about this? Yeah, I want to sleep on it a little bit. Great. How do you know you're going to be able to sleep on it if you wake up with a panic attack again? He's fucked if you told me this. Like, nah. Hey, good questions. I'm liking your questions. I would have asked probably different stuff, but I'm liking your questions. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit.
For it.
I don't know. That's a great question. Because I think because
The incognita for me is he's only doing this job for like a couple months.
Hmm. Since January.
What was he doing before? He's old.
I don't know.
All right. That will be my question. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
so what have you been doing before? Let's say he says, I was working at McDonald's. Okay. If your job is so stressful, why don't go back to McDonald's? No, because I know how fucking terrible that is. I don't want to ever go back to that life. Okay. So what about your life right now? No, it's also terrible. I don't want to live in that. Okay. So what is your plan? Now I have to do this. I have to go into eBay. All right. How? And you see how everything just keeps pointing him into this only possible direction. There's not another
Hmm.
one.
Yeah, I
You
see
should have
that.
got that. But you should have got what happened before is like just 2 months, like just a few months.
Yeah. I feel like there's so much that I like forget and just lose things. Like there's the not fulfilling, there's the time, there's then there's that he's only been there for a couple months. So I'm like, okay, what's important? What do I need to figure out? And then sometimes I just focus on other things and forget something else that I should have gone back to.
Yeah, I mean, usually what helps me is I build a time map like a line of time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And in this timeline that I have, I see that everything is happening right now. It's like, okay, what happened with all this?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a big mysterious thing what happened with all his life. I don't have to go and ask him about his first love in high school, but I need to ask, okay, so this is a new job. That will be my next question. So this is a recently new job anyways, and it's already frustrating you. Yeah. And he's old. So what was he doing before? Like that's a
Mm-hmm.
big question mark in there for sure.
Yeah, because he could just go back to what he was doing before.
Mm-hmm. That's one option. And
Yes, I got to close that door.
and not just that, but again to determine, okay, yes, you could go back, but why did you leave in the first place?
Mm.
Why did you leave in the first place? Because I don't want to work with a team that is, you know, racist, like the Hunters. Great. So okay, you don't want to work with that type of team, right? Then why don't you want to stay in this team right now, this company? Yeah, because it's super demanding. You know, it's a dread. You'll always use these words. It's a dread. Okay. How about eBay? Oh man, I love it. It's super fulfilling. Another word he said. And to be fair, no one is racist there. It's like, oh, great then. You gotta go with eBay. What's your plan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's eBay. So it looks like you already made up your mind. Yep, I already made up my mind. Let's go forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an easy and obvious answer now. So it goes from 2 points. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Also, too, I put a lot into it in what I do. I work
Mm-hmm.
hard. I try to make the I try to perform well.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those to where there's you try to find a balance between performance and quality
Mm-hmm.
at the work that I'm at. And so, they push quality. Don't miss this. Don't miss that. And because if you do, it goes to the client. And I mean, and the client could ultimately leave
Mm-hmm.
and take their business. So that was the focus. Well, then it was the push of now get as many out as you can, keep pushing. And so when you do that, the error rate goes up. And I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed that. And so we have a weekly meeting call, and then we have a town hall call once a month.
You see how he's stressed about that?
Mm-hmm.
And they've been discussing, some of the errors that have gone on.
Mm-hmm.
And so that push is there. So I try to, like I said, I try to deliver a great product. And
Mm-hmm.
that's maybe it might be too much. Maybe I'm a little too hard on myself as well. But
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the way that I push things.
Are the
Couple left looks, yeah, looking to the left out of nowhere when he's explaining that the errors, all this stuff is very stressing him out. He doesn't want to do anything with it. That's why. More reasons, dude. This is definitely something that is, besides, only since January. It's like what? Not even 3 months. Bruh, you,
mm-hmm.
you really want to leave this job then? Yeah, I cannot take this anymore.
Are these when you say errors, like are they
Another
your errors or other
question.
people's errors?
One?
Another question.
Yeah.
So going back a little bit to when he brought up how he's been there since January. If I asked, okay, what were you doing before? Is that jumping into a different thread?
No, so you have the thread of obviously saying, so why is this job so stressful? What is happening? Well, blah blah blah, right? Which is a valid
Mm-hmm.
one. I would have gone first with because he brought it up as well. It's like, yeah, no, it's just a couple months that I want to leave this place because of how stressful it is. It's like, okay, what were you doing before? It's just a bigger question for me. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna ignore the fact that this job is so stressful. Like I'm gonna go back at in this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get that incognita solved, but then I'm going back into this because this is crucial. Like you're not doing a bad thing by asking. This is great. It's just that what happened before is maybe it's just one question that it's just one answer. It's simple that yeah, I used to work with a company from my wife and the company shut down and I had to find something else. Can you go back?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. All right. Can you build another company with your wife? No, no, no. That wasn't even us. We're just employees. All right. That's it. They It could be a total dead end, but I need to know
Mhm.
that because it could be a big opportunity for him because he can just say, yeah, but maybe it's a job that I can go back. It's my buddy Joel. He runs it. He has like this great community. It's like they even have a Discord. It's like everyone is super successful. It's like, bro, I want to go there. It's like, bro. So right. So that's a thing for him now. He can go, right? You want to eliminate that. You want to make sure that you really want to go there. Nah, not really.
Mhm.
All right. Then what's the future looking like?
Okay. Nice. Yeah, because I've been trying to really stay on one thread. That's one of my big problems. So I think that's probably why I missed some things along the way. Because it's like I was so focused on just don't jump, don't jump. But then I should have taken like a little hop really quick and then go back.
It's still the same thread.
Hmm.
His career with this business that he's basically unfulfilled. He doesn't like what he's having. In a way, it's the same thread. When I explained that the same red thread, you can target it from different angles.
Hmm.
This is just to see. It's like basically you're doing some poking slices. You're doing some probations. It's like, is this like looking around? Is this the same thread? No, it's not. Okay, I'm out. Not a problem. But I had to see
Hmm.
because it looked like very interesting. But if it's not, you leave. It's fine. Like a couple questions extra won't lose you the call, but it can
Hmm.
guarantee that you win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Or both.
It could be a combination.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had stuff come to me because I'm on a QC level. I get the analysts, they send stuff to me, and I've had it where they put a completely wrong loan in.
Hmm.
When the fuck his name is Judy? Jody. Isn't that a girl's name? Or am I just
Yeah,
tripping?
I thought he was gonna be a chick.
And so, and when we get to our SLAs where we have to have it, we can't send it back to them because the time frame, it has to be done within that day or the next day. So I've
Hmm.
got to redo the whole thing, which takes time.
So
You know,
you catch an error and you have to do.
Jody Hall is like such a chick name as well.
Yeah, like redo the entire thing
yeah, whatever
yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like I had one where they had 24-month bank statements, and they calculated the income at like it was like 70 grand a month.
Hmm.
And I got in and was looking at it, and the analyst just copied exactly what the originator did. And I was like, wait a second. When that's automatic red flag there.
Hmm.
And I go in and look, and ultimately they missed so many, they didn't exclude enough deposits
Hmm.
that the income was off $20,000 a month.
Wow.
And that's huge,
Yeah.
on missing that, because that can also, it may not completely kill the deal. Their pricing goes down quite a bit, but
Yeah.
it could make them ineligible for the loan
Hmm.
and then they have to buy it back. If they find any type of fraud along
Hmm.
those lines where they didn't look at it like they should have, or try to push it through.
Hmm.
So and so those things, like I said, they come back. But even my bosses, were kind of shocked by that. They're like, "Oh, well," and I was like, and they said, "Well, these other people are getting through X amount of loans a day." I said, "Yeah." I said, "But have you looked at their stuff?"
Hmm.
Because I've done mortgage fraud review, and so I'm used to finding these little nuances or anomalies that can throw the whole deal.
Yeah.
As he's explaining the stuff, touching his head like this, blinked, right, changed a lot. He's touching his arm like this, like soothing himself, you know. All this is all these are pacifying behaviors. He's just calming himself down. It's something that stressed him, the situation. Yeah.
Hmm.
So why am I saying this? What I would have said, I would have 100% said, yeah, it sounds very stressful. And then he's just like, okay, yeah, give me more nails. I'm gonna keep nailing my coffin. That's basically what he would do, just with that statement.
Hmm.
That's a perfect example on using elicitation.
So, but I try to pull back off that, not to get too heavy into it. But when you something like that, I mean, that's a big deal.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a stressful job.
yeah,
Good, good.
yeah,
I cooked.
because it's because you can hear the
And you see, you see what I'm telling you. You do that, and he adds more into it. He's just like, okay, yeah, I'm start destroying my whole life with it. This is why it's so
Hmm.
powerful. Brilliant, very good, Jared. Very good.
subtleness or when I say the subtleness, but in the meetings where they talk about that. Well, but we need that product, not directly, but kind of indirect. Well, we need that, the production time up, or it's like, oh, okay. And then they had a loan. It wasn't mine, but they spoke of it. They said where the analyst put it in completely wrong. It was a different type of loan and transaction. Made it through QC and went all the way to the investor and the client. And it's like that. Yeah, those people in that direct chain missed it completely. So you're an investor and you're looking, you're going, wait a second. This says it's bank statements, but you calculated it to a DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, which is basically just the rents. Where are your bank statements? Where, I mean, that right there is, I mean, that's.
Is all the stuff that he's saying useful information? Because he's pretty much just complaining about the job. So it's not like it's super useful, but it's good because he's very in an emotional state right now.
His emotion is super useful. The information is not. It's like, you don't give a fuck about this, but the emotion is super useful. So, and I was literally about to pause to tell you what I would have said right now is, now would again elicitation, because this is a perfect person to do elicitations on, and I would just say, okay, so I'm assuming because this situation is, this work is stressful, you see yourself working for a few more months, a few more years, right? No, I don't want to anymore. It's like it's gotta be completely over, right? So this is how you would make him also accomplish a timeline in his mind of like you saying, yeah, I'm assuming you would just for a few more months, maybe a few more years, and that's it, right? It's like no, I want to leave as soon as possible. Like I don't even want to work another month. Okay, now we know he doesn't want to be another month. Like that's his timeline. Yes. Now we fight that timeline. It's like okay, so why are you accepting another 30 days then? It could be the question. Or you can go with elicitation saying, so, okay, 30 days is acceptable to you. 30 days in this environment is acceptable to you. No, it's just that I have to because I don't know what to do. And like, now he's explaining, but he's telling you that he doesn't even want to have the 30 days. And you just keep reducing it until it's like nothing. Yes, you can do it through questions or through elicitation. I gave you both. But the point is that you're manufacturing a deadline on his head, and he then starts shrinking it with it.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shit.
That's 101.
Imagine leaving.
It was racism. Crazy. Yeah.
I mean, that's so, when you see stuff like that, it's like, how does that slip through? Well, maybe if you push, and start making errors.
They're pushing you from both sides, from wanting you to do as much as possible, but also obviously not make mistakes.
Right. Yeah. So
I can see why you're working 10 to 11 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to try to keep up with the metrics that they're wanting to, keep in place.
Okay.
And plus, I'm still learning. And, also too, it's like, it's not just one investor. Okay. We have hundreds.
What would have been the missing piece overall? Because you're getting him into pain, like you said, but it's not enough for him to say, yeah, I need to change my life. What is the difference between what I am doing? I am taking everything that he's giving me and I'm weaponizing it with the deadline, like I showed you, with the emotions, with do you want to stay like this? I'm just weaponizing it. You're not weaponizing the pain. You're gathering the pain. But you're just not using it. Yes, you're literally you're picking up the chick. You got her all naked in all fours, and you're like, mission accomplished. I'm gonna go and play League of Legends. And you just leave her in all fours in the bedroom. It's like, no, you gotta fuck her now. Okay. It's like, why in the fuck did you did this stuff? Right? You did all the heavy lifting. And when it's scoring time, you're like, I'm good. That's the difference now, right? So
yeah,
you uncover the pain. Great. Now weaponize it. And the clearest example is what we just discussed. He's complaining about this. Okay, let's weaponize it into a deadline. Or let's weaponize it into taking action. Or let's weaponize it into not going with another route. Every pain they give you, you can literally weaponize it so that you can get something out of that other person. It could be a deadline, it could be an action, it could be a rationalization or eliminate a rationalization. It could be multiple things depending on what you need. But the pain is like energy. Pain is like
Yeah.
money that you have that you can buy stuff. He gave you money, but you didn't buy anything.
Okay. Yeah, it's like ammo. And now I just need to shoot the targets, and the targets are like,
Mhm.
what else? What other options do you have? What do you want to keep working this job for another month or another year? It's like all those things to just knock down. And then pretty much after that, it's like, I have to do this.
Yep.
Okay. That's what I was missing.
Yes, sir. Imagine not knowing the stuff.
Couldn't be me.
I'm thinking of genuinely. I'm thinking I'm gonna roast other sales coaches that they don't teach you this stuff. You see how relevant this shit is? Like this is how you sell properly. It's ridiculous. It's just I don't know. You're gonna be a beast. Keep going with this path. It's ridiculous. You're gonna be a fucking beast. All right. Where are we time? We have time.
of investors. So a deal comes on, you get on, there's maybe, 15 to 100 loans. Now you have a new set of guidelines. You got to look at, open up, make sure this, that, and then after lunch, I could be jumping over to another deal. I got to open up another set of guidelines, look at their things, the different idiosyncrasies they're asking for, because they don't have a straight universal type for everybody across the board. Like this one investor may ask for this, and this one doesn't. And this one has this.
Now that he's explaining so much, you have to interject, and just ask a question that's again, you either weaponize the pain, which you should, or just keep advancing through the checklist selling. Yes, which is okay. Why is this a problem for you that you're gonna fix now? How long is I don't know, any type of question from the checklist selling now, because he in a way is taking the frame by talking so much, and the call starts to dilute. The pain dilutes and the call gets super long for no reason. Okay, this is where you have to interject because he's giving you everything.
So I have enough here. Now it's just about like applying it, like you said, weaponizing it. So just switch pretty much what I'm doing from just drilling down into the pain to now using it to knock down. Like it's kind of like bowling, you're like knocking down pins.
Yeah, and you have to do something, because if you don't, the emotion you're creating dies. Yes, it's like you got to take action while the pain is uncovered, otherwise it just fades away. It's like, with the chick analogy, the she just gets dry.
Yeah.
Requirement, and this one doesn't. So you're like, let me back out of that. And sometimes I've been on 3-4 deals a day. So having to switch the mindset and go back and forth and forth and back, it's just it's almost humanly impossible, because we're not geared, to do that many multitasking, and so, so
I can see why you want to get out of it.
So like I said, I've done it for a long time, so it's just at that point, it's like I've enjoyed, I wanted to.
I would have just said, if it's impossible, how have you been doing it so far? You told me, yeah, I'm telling you, it's super demanding. That's why I don't want to keep going. It's like, he's telling you what you just said. Way more powerful. And then,
dabble into
yeah, you gotta do something.
eBay last year and got it going and started seeing, some small success and wins, and
doesn't believe that much.
and some things like, I had I was at the Goodwill, found some brand new with tag Puma golf shorts in the rack. They had been sitting there. They had them marked for $19 at the Goodwill. $19 for a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
And so I was like, and they had the sticker colors where they're half off, through the week. So people are like, well, that's almost $10. People are not going to buy it. Price point selling on eBay, you're not going to buy that.
Irrelevant.
But they had to have a rewards thing. So on the day I was there, that color sticker is $1.98.
Yeah, not relevant. Do you want me to look at it?
Should I just have interrupted him at this point? Just been like, all right, before we get into all that, and then just bring it back.
Yeah, I really like the way you said it. Right. Yeah. Before we get into that, boom.
Okay. Nice.
It's good. You want me to look at a specific part, or you got your answer?
Yeah. If you want to skip closer to the end when we're discussing, like him wanting to, maybe like a little back from there to like 35 minutes. Oh,
You
no,
have
actually, no. Go
you
forward.
have you have 1 minute, so
Oh,
let's
okay.
say this is not playing. There we go.
Walk away. Rack. Win.
Yeah.
Which is, like I said, that's
If it doesn't work, then come back to us in 3 months or 6 months, and we could have another call. But it depends really on like where your head's at. Because the
that
current
was after all
situation,
that.
I understand.
What?
Now, this was after he already said like, oh yeah, we'll just do it later. I'll leave. The thing that you need to leave right now is consistent inventory and consistent cheaper inventory, I should say. Not so you can obviously have more profits. What I don't fully understand is you told me that there are some places where you could buy in bulk. You just haven't done it yet. And you're planning on, leaving the job, doing that. So what do you need? Like, why'd you book this call with us?
basically
Good question.
I guess maybe also for the sourcing as
Mhm.
well. I know Dave talked about that, and selling. He has some wholesale pallets too.
Mhm.
So I didn't know the full connection. Trying to discover exactly because obviously he's mapped out. He's got a good blueprint
Mhm.
for success. And so that's why I reached out and thought, well,
Okay.
I didn't know if it comes down to it and you say, I'm not a good fit, which
Mhm.
you like I said, which that's I expect that. I expect that because everybody needs to say, okay, let me discern, is this doable? Is this, who you bring on, etc. To make sure.
You expect to not be a good fit? Yeah. And you know that we have the blueprint to make you successful? Yeah. What are you going to do with that information? Except not having the blueprint and except not being a good fit? Or just say, actually, I'm going to be a good fit because I just want to be a good fit. And I'm going to use the blueprint to make money so I can leave the job that is not fulfilling and that is a dread. You see,
That because you want to be successful,
Mhm.
and if you're like, I want to be successful, I want the person on this call to be successful too. But if there's something that we can't give them, if we can't get them to that level, we can't justify that decision.
Mhm.
Into, I guess, you want it to be a win-win.
Yeah.
Which is, like I said, that's the way to go.
Absolutely.
And so there's time frames. It might not be a win-win for certain people at a certain time. It may be like, hey, do these steps, come back in 4 to 6 months. We might be at that win-win spot.
Mhm.
And that's just how life goes. It's just
Yeah. Yeah. So the way I see it, I know that what we do is we obviously help you with the inventory. That's part of it. But the other thing is helping you actually scale the business, like giving you everything you need to scale, like the systems, the knowledge, right? You're going to work with David. He's going to audit everything. So if you're someone who is serious about actually changing your situation, changing your business, scaling it up, then like, yeah, we can help you. If you're someone that's just like, oh, well, I just want to try some bulk sourcing first, and I already know I can buy some over here, and I want to do that before actually, looking for the coaching and the mentorship, because that's a big part of it, then I would say it's not a good fit. Try that first. And then if that does work, then great. If it doesn't work, then come back to us in 3 months or 6 months and we can have another call. But it depends really on like where your head's at. Because the current situation, I understand it's bad. You want to change it. That's what we do. But it depends on what you think. Are you looking for someone to help you with the coaching, the mentorship, the inventory, the systems, outsourcing, or are you just looking to try some bulk sourcing first?
Right. Yeah. Probably at this time, the bulk sourcing.
Mhm.
And the reason why I say that's because my time limits and time constraints.
Mhm.
And so, because if it goes into a a certain program to where it actually is, and like I said, and it's definitely not a negative thing, but it's like if it requires me an additional XXX and I can't do it at this time, then that's not a good fit for either one of us.
Yeah.
That's like I said, that's not the win-win at this time.
Mhm.
Maybe I need to attempt the bulk source and then complete or tie up the ends of the other.
the mistake that you're making is that you're agreeing softly with his vision, which is it's not a win-win for us. And I would literally just stop him. I would literally do this. It's like, yeah, what do you mean it's not a win-win? I get a smart individual into a program so that he makes money and I make money because he makes an investment. And you make money, you can leave the job that is a dread that you cannot stand anymore. What do you mean it's not a win-win? You see, it's like he gave you a bunch of fucking reasons into why this is a win-win. So he's saying, yeah, this is not a win-win right now. You're like this. It's like, no, that's not a win-win. You just told me it's not a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
This is him.
Interesting.
This is his fear controlling him, and now you.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, like, why is he doing that? Is he self-sabotaging himself because
Yeah.
he's like comfortable right now?
I wouldn't say comfortable, but he's afraid, 100%. And he's
Mm.
just, and the time, I don't have the time, is basically his anger to say, no, I can be
Mm.
afraid because, it's not that I'm afraid. I just don't have time.
Mm-hmm. So I should have just pushed him on the fact that he's basically trying to shield himself from changing his situation.
Yeah. And now what you say, Jody, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Well, I mean, I make an investment, I don't make all that money. Yeah. All right. Does it give you a chance to win? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I believe that you guys had the blueprint and all that. Okay, great. So you're telling me that scenario is worse than going to sleep, wake up, make a coffee, go for the walk. And you know when he started describing his routine? You just do the same to him in a job that he dread. You just you just describe it again. Like he said it. It's like, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Again, that's weaponizing pretty much all the info that I have and weaponizing it. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
need to do.
It's what you haven't been doing. You haven't weaponized this. You just didn't weaponize it enough.
Hmm.
You know, that's why you lost this call, by the way, because he's a good prospect overall. But he had a big objection. The time, the logical is the time, and the unlogical, which is the emotion, is just the fear of doing it.
Hmm.
Yes. You should have tackled those two, destroy those two. You can do that at the same time as well.
Hmm.
But because you're not using the weapons that you could have, you don't have enough to defeat him, if it makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really put up much of a fight either. I was like, look, if you're saying it's not a good fit and you don't want to do it right now, then don't do it. Like I
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
really challenge it.
yeah, no, again, the unselling is super efficient, but when someone is telling you, yeah, this is not a win-win, and you say, oh, don't do it, it's like, yeah, great. You just give them a
Or you just
reason
cut
to
out.
not do it. What? I cut out? Nah. You can hear me?
Unless it's my mic.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Okay, you're back.
Yes? Okay.
Hmm.
So what I said is that if he is telling you that, yeah, no, this is not a win-win because, this stuff, and he's giving you reasons, and you say, oh, don't do it. It's like, great. You just
Yeah.
give him a way out, you know? With some people on selling is when they give you all the reasons into why it's going to work, and then you say, yeah, don't do it. It's like, what do you mean? Like, I have to do it. No, I mean, you're putting me some excuses. Don't do it. No, 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 I do want to do it. That's on-selling. But if they're giving you reasons into why it's not going to work, if you unsell, you backfire. What you have to do in
Hmm.
this case is to remind him of the things that he told you on why this needs to work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use the weapons. That's so good.
Yeah. That's why
Hmm.
this isn't close. Very simple. Yes.
Yeah.
The other full-time job
Mhm.
to get that out of the way,
Mhm.
and say, okay, I give myself a timeline of, 2 weeks, 6 weeks of this full-time job to say, how do I get out, make my exit, and then,
Mhm.
proceed from there. And then at that point say, okay, now if I have the time, etc., I can
Mhm.
fit that in, and make it work. And like I said, not just where I'm just having to, run around constantly, and, because I'm already at, with eBay and the job at 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
So, and so it wouldn't set well with me because I know I'm not giving my best at that
Yeah.
point.
Mhm.
I'm giving you like a half a used battery,
Yeah.
even lower. And so, and that's not what you guys want to see, because you want to have success stories so you can share with others as well
Mhm.
too.
He's literally manipulating you. Fuck. He's even smiling. You're agreeing, nodding. He said, "Yeah, but I want to be a successful story." You're like, mm-hmm. You're fully buying into his bullshit. Fully
Mhm.
buying into it. You're just biting it.
Yeah. He cooked.
He cooked. He cooked you.
That's so it's
Do you believe right now, because of your job, you can't give eBay 100%? Like, is it important enough where you can make it work, or it's like, no, it's just impossible?
Let's say you just asked him a question that you just gave him a reason to tell you, yeah, that's exactly why.
well, I guess on the with the remaining time that I have left, I feel like I'm giving it 100%.
Mhm.
As I'm keeping up with listings, with sourcing, with shipping, all those things that are part of the process with the
Mhm.
time that I have left over. But
Yeah.
but like I said, it may not be enough, right now initially
Mhm.
until the other jobs behind me,
Mhm.
which will give me a little bit more better mindset,
Mhm.
a little bit more, where my batteries are charged, where I'm not, I've had times where I sat here at my desk working and I fell asleep. And I
Mhm.
was asleep for maybe
Also, he's doing good. He's doing negotiation techniques, which is basically he's agreeing with you and then showing you why you're wrong. But he agrees with you, and every point you make, he agrees, and then he tells you, yeah, I mean, there's this and there's that, but the reality is that he does that. It's like not the first time he did it. So it's like you know.
30, 40 minutes, just because it was just so tiring, so stressful. I was just trying to figure stuff out, going back and forth, looking at things, going, wait a second, where? And then, so
Yeah. So it sounds like right now this isn't something that you really want to do. Just
it's,
You see, this is dangerous because he's convincing himself and convincing you that this is not the right time.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's why I made the call to see exactly what, it would entail and to be realistic
And everything is just the fear that he has. And now the time is valid. It is valid, but it's just the fear he has of jumping in. So all you have to do is to remind him that he's comparing that fear to making the call right now, to buying right now, when he should be comparing that to the life he has every day. That's the comparison he should be making. He's comparing the call paying right now with that. That's it. Like, because the comparison is, should I buy money or should I stay as I am? Well, staying as I am is more comfortable than paying money. But the comparison is not that. The comparison should be, should I stay the way I am with the life that I have every single day, or actually have the life I want with eBay? That's the comparison he should have. But he's making a completely different comparison, which is making him just act on fear. Hence, he doesn't buy, and he shields himself on the time, which is somehow valid. So that also fucks you up.
Yeah. Yeah. This was before I even like price dropped or pitched. That's why I was like, okay, maybe it does make sense. Because like haven't even spoke about money or anything. But now I see with all the data I collected, I could have just beat that objection. Could have beat both those objections and it would have been an easy sell.
I 100% believe so, because, and how do you know this? Because you haven't even dropped the price. If you haven't even dropped the price and he's putting up an excuse, that's just fear. I'm afraid of keep going forward. So afraid that he doesn't even want to get the information. Is the fear, one may think that is, oh, I said that it's 5K and whatever. And he's like, oh, I don't want to put 5K. The fear is, I keep going with this and I realized that, maybe I don't want to. I know you're a married man, so you're not going to understand this analogy, but sometimes when you're seeing this chick, this random new chick, or you don't want to see her, and she's like, I don't know if I can do it today, and you actually feel better because in a way you didn't want to see her, or you were not. Like, just think about very young days, like you got nervous, but for some reason you couldn't do something. It's like, oh, thank God, I don't have to do this now. This is literally how he feels. Because all he's doing is finding reasons into why he couldn't, and now he feels good because, yeah, no, it's not the right time. You lost him. Yeah. He booked the call. He has a shitty life. If you remind him of that, you say, you don't have time. I wouldn't be sleeping if I'm you. But hell, you cannot even sleep anyways because you have panic attacks. Might as well do something since you're awake at 3 a.m. Also, he mentioned the wife saying that you cannot do this anymore. Okay, what does your wife think about you bitching out? You see so many angles I can go about.
Yeah.
I could keep smashing Jody Hall all day. Pause. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good shit. Final questions? Things you want to say? I don't know.
No, this was a good call. Just biggest takeaway is I gather all the pain. I now need to weaponize it. And yeah, basically don't let prospects, when I know that it's kind of common sense, when I know that they have a lot of pain and that they want to change the situation and I see them giving objections, like whatever it is, I need to weaponize the pain that they gave me and everything they gave me and shoot them all down. And then, yeah, like I could get the pain, just weaponize it. And I'm going to be able to sell a lot more.
Good shit. Good shit. All right. You got your lesson? You got a bunch of lessons today. So, all right.
Cooking.
This is one I recommend reviewing it, rewatching it, and I'll see you in the next one. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.